Now, speed is actually defined as how much distance you are covering in a specified amount of time, right? Suppose today I'm just going to the market. Okay, so I have covered a distance. To cover that distance, it needs some time, right? Suppose I'm assuming that this is my home and this is my market. Okay, the distance of the home to the market, that is of 20 meter. Such a very small distance, right? So the distance from my home to the market, that is of 20 meter. I am covering that distance in 2 minutes. I am covering that distance in 2 minutes. So here, what the things that from the home I have to travel to the market, the distance of the home and the market, that is of 20 meter. I am covering that distance in 2 minutes, right? So speed is actually defined as how much distance you are covering in a specified amount of time. In this case, you are covering 20 meter in 2 minutes, right? So what will be the expression of speed? That is equals to distance traveled, that is equals to distance traveled divided by the time taken, right? Speed is actually defined by the distance traveled divided by the time taken. Now here the example that I have taken, that I am going to the market from my home and the distance of the home and the market, that is of 20 meter. I am covering that much of distance in 2 minutes, right? So I'm just substituting the values here. Distance covered is 20 meter, right? Time taken, that is of 2 minutes. So what the answer I will get after the calculation? That is of 2 ones are 2 and it is 2 tens are 20. So I am getting the answer as 10, but it should have some unit. Okay, only the answer 10. If you are just giving me, then it will be wrong if you are not writing down the unit. What should be the unit of speed? That is of 10 meter per minute. As you can see, that
Yes,
meter
sir.
was in the numerator, minute was in the denominator, so it will be 10 meter per minute. So speed is actually defined by the distance traveled by an object in a specified amount of time. In this case, whatever the example that I have taken as, I'm covering a distance of 20 meter and I'm taking a time of 2 minutes. So that's why I can say that the distance traveled divided by time taken, that is of 20 upon 2 and it is of 10 meter per minute. For the case of speed, we should have to remember some of the properties of speed. Now, the first point that you have to remember, that the speed is a scalar quantity. First point that you have to remember, speed is a scalar quantity because the speed is just having the magnitude and it does not having any direction. Okay. For example, I can say that speed of a car is 20 kilometer per hour. Here I'm just writing down the magnitude of speed, or I'm just writing down the value of speed, but I have not mentioned the direction. So I can say that speed is a scalar quantity. Okay, why that is clear? That
Yes,
speed
sir.
is a scalar quantity. Now,
So I fell down, I take medicine.
okay. Now the next one. What the formula that I have written, that speed equals to distance traveled by time taken, it can be simplified. That I'm just writing down the formula again, okay? That speed is equals to distance traveled. Speed is equals to distance traveled by the time taken.
Yes.
Yes, Numan?
Sir, write this also.
Only the first point that I have making a star, you just have to write down it and the example only. Okay. Now
Okay,
here
sir.
the speed can be expressed as a v. By small v, speed is represented and it is equals to distance traveled, that means of s, divided by the time t. Okay. So speed is represented by the small v. It is equals to the distance traveled s and the time taken t. Okay. This is the formula that we have to use in solving different numerical questions. Okay, average speed is what? Suppose I'm just giving you one small example. Suppose from your school, I have to reach my home. Yesterday I just left the Matam and I've just come back to my home. Today morning I've just reached my home. Okay. So from my
Yes.
school, whenever I have to come to my home, I have to just pursue the break journey. Break journey means from the school I have to come to Shiliguri, okay, and then I can come to my home. So this is known as a break journey. Suppose we are assuming that the distance from the school to the Siliguri, that is of 150 kilometer. We are assuming from the school the distance of Siliguri is 150 kilometer. Okay. From
Yes, sir.
Shiliguri to my home, that is of 7 kilometers. Okay. From Shiliguri to my home, that is of 700 kilometers. So the total
Short.
journey, Anmol. Now, from the school, the distance of Shiliguri is 150 kilometers. From Shiliguri to my home, it is of 700 kilometers. From the school
Yes, sir.
to reach Shiliguri, it had taken 5 hours. Okay. From school to reach Shiliguri, it had taken 5 hours. And from Shiliguri to home, it has taken 10 hours. Now, who is that?
Sir,
Anisha?
copy.
Anisha, don't do that one. All the things you don't have to do.
Sir,
Yes.
copy this also.
No, you don't have to copy this thing. It will be not being used in anywhere. So you don't have to copy, okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, just understand this thing. So if the question is asked that what is my average speed of the total journey from school to home, from school to home, what is my average speed? If it is asked in the question, then how to answer that type of questions? I'm just giving you the procedure. Okay. It's like a story. You have to understand that from the school, I have to reach Siliguri. It is at 150-kilometer away. And I had taken 5 hours to reach Siliguri. Okay. Now, from the Siliguri, my home is 700-kilometer away. Okay. And I had taken 10 hours to reach Siliguri to home. So I have to find out the average speed of the total journey. What is the formula to calculate the average speed? I'm just giving you the formula here. Average speed is actually represented as V average, AVG. That means average. That should be written in suffix. Okay. V average, that is equals to total distance traveled, total distance traveled divided by total time taken. Ritika, don't do that. Erase that one. Total time taken. Okay. So this is the formula for average speed. Average speed is represented as V average and it is equals to total distance traveled divided by the total time taken. Okay. Just write down the formula. You don't have to write down that example. If you wish, you can write down the example. Okay. Actually, this is a
Yes,
real
sir.
story, you can say. It is actually the real distance that I have already told you. Approximately the real distance. And the same amount of time it taken. So V average, this is the average speed and it is equals to the formula of total distance traveled divided by total time taken. Maximum of numerical question will involve the concept of average speed. So that's why I have just told to you
So what to write?
the formula V average. That means the average speed is equals to total distance traveled divided by total time taken. Here V average means what? V average means average speed. Okay. You can write down average speed
Yes, sir.
equals to that formula as well. Why that is written, everyone?
Sir, once.
Okay.
Sir, what is that? VAVG something
That's
is equals
V
to
average
total.
actually. That AVG is written in suffix. It denotes the average speed. That's why I have written like this. V
Yes, sir.
average. That means average speed is equals to that formula.
Yes, sir.
Why that is written, Numan, rest of the girls, boys.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, sound is coming, no? So I'm just muting yourself. Okay. So after that, we are just moving for the numerical questions. Okay. So this is the first
Sir,
numerical question. Yes.
I have not completed.
Okay. You have not completed. I'm just showing you. Okay. Completed fast.
Sir, send me PDF, okay?
Anmol,
Yes, sir.
actually, whenever the school will open now, you
Yes,
just
sir.
come to us. Okay. We need a punching bag urgently.
Yes, sir. I'll print for uni.
It's not a for more.
Why am do you why, Bisha?
I will just call your mother. Wait.
100 hours, 100 hours, 10 hours, whole. Ayuma. Work. Sir, and send you this work which we done.
Okay.
In
After
your
the class, you can send me. Okay. Okay.
baby
Just wait. She is talking. After that, we'll proceed to solve some numerical questions.
Mama. Sir, finish.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir, finish.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now there is a
Sir, we are
question.
done.
Yeah, that already finished. That formula, whatever you have just learned, you have to apply that formula in solving this question. A car
Yes, sir.
covers a distance of 160 kilometer between the two cities in 4 hours. You have to find out the average speed of the car, right? So this is the application of the concept that you have learned. Now, those students who are not able to attend the class, it will take some time for them to get this recording because I have to edit the recording. Then I will upload to my YouTube channel and then I will can share. In
Sir,
editing the recording, yes,
what's his YouTube channel name?
you can't find out that one because the channel name is very much common and it is cannot be searchable. I will just send you the link, don't worry. After getting
Okay,
that video edited, then I will share that. So here,
sir, you can.
okay, a car covers a distance of 160 kilometers. So here, at first you have to write it down how much the total distance is covered. So here, total distance covered. Who is talking now? Okay. Total distance covered in this question. Total distance covered, that is of 160 kilometers, right? What is the total time taken? Total time taken, that is of 4 hours, right? In this question, the things are given. At first, we have to write it down. Okay. Then we can solve. So a car covers a distance of 160 kilometer. Here 160 kilometer is the total distance covered and the time taken by them, that is of 4 hours, right? This is the time taken by them to cover a distance of 160 kilometer. So what the mathematical formula we know to calculate the average speed? That average speed is equals to total distance traveled, total distance traveled divided by total time taken. Total time
Sir,
taken.
we have even like this.
Yes, Numan?
Sir, we have even write this.
Yeah,
A
you
car
have to
covers a
write this.
distance of.
Yeah, everything you have to write here. So here the total distance traveled is how much? It is of 160 kilometer, right? And the time taken, that is of 4 hours. Now you have to just divide them. After dividing, what I will get? Just tell me.
Huh?
Yeah, that's very good, Ritika. It's actually 40. So after dividing, we have, my God, Anmol.
Nipul.
Sir, keep on. No, it's very irritating.
Yeah,
Sir, please.
Sir, maybe they please kick him.
yeah, I think so. That one.
Sir, okay.
Oh, Anmol. Wait, wait.
No, this
Sir,
is not
I'm
there.
going to use no, sir.
Oh, now here the total distance traveled divided by total time taken. I have substituted the values after the calculation. That is a 4 ones are 4, 4 fours are 16, and the answer is 40 kilometer per hour. So this is the average speed we have got after the calculation. This is the answer.
No copy.
Yeah, obviously you have to copy.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the next question you can solve easily. I'm just moving to the question which you can't solve. Okay. Now here, as you can see that a boy walks a distance of 20 meters in 1 minute. At first, we have to read the question carefully to solve it. It's not that you remember the question and you are just going to the exam and you are able to solve. Every time, you just have to read the question carefully. So here, yes, okay. So in this case, what the question is asked, that a boy walks a distance of 20 meter in 1 minute, another 30 meter in 1.5 minutes. So I'm just drawing a small diagram, okay? So
Sir.
that 20 meter is covered in 1 minute, okay? And the rest,
Sir, this one we have to do by our own self.
the previous one you have to do by yourself. This is your homework, okay? This you can do easily. There will be no such problem. But this one is different. That's why.
Yes, sir.
Now, a boy walks a distance of 20 meter in 1 minute. Another 30 meter. That 30 meter is covered in 1.5 minutes. Okay. So this is the situation. I have made a small diagram. Now, we have to calculate the average speed. To calculate the average speed, we need two things. First one, the total distance traveled, and the second one, the total time taken, right?
Yes, sir.
In this case, what is the value of total distance traveled? Just tell me, what is the total distance traveled by the boy? Girls, boys, what is the total distance traveled?
Sir, 50 meter.
50 meter, that's very good.
50
That is
meter.
of 20 plus 30. Let me just write down in that form. It will be more easier for rest of the people to understand. So it is of 20 plus of 30, that is equals to 50 meter, right? And total time taken is how much?
Yes, sir. Sir, total time.
Total time taken, that is of
2.5.
That's very good. That is a 1 plus of 1.5 and it is equals to 2.5 minutes. And we know the formula of average speed, right? So average speed is equals to total distance traveled by the total time taken. This formula we know. So what is the total distance traveled? That is of 50 meter. And what is the total time taken? That is of it is of 2.5. 2.5 minutes. So I'm just going to do the calculation over here, okay? Oh, sorry. Just move to the next slide. Just
Oh.
1 minute. Yeah, it is just coming back. So average speed equals to the formula we have implemented here, that the total distance traveled divided by the total time taken, and it is of 50 meter divided by 2.5 minutes. And how much answer we'll get? Let's calculate. Huh? So the answer I'm just calculating in this small page.
We have to even write this.
Yeah, obviously. So 50 by 2.5 is how much? You guys calculate and tell me the answer.
Yes, sir.
50 by 2.5 is how much?
52.5.
No. Okay, let me just help you out. Okay, one answer, I think. No, the answer is not true. Okay. In this case, this is of 50 divided by of 2.5, right? So you just omit the point of 2.5 and you will get a 110 over here. Whenever there is a number which is having a decimal point, if you omit the point, you will get a 10 in the numerator. In this case, 2.5 is in the denominator. So whenever you are omitting the point was at 1 decimal places. So that's why you are getting 10 after the 1.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
If the point was at
Yes.
2 decimal places, you will get 100. If the point was at 3 decimal places, you will get 1,000. As the point is at 1 decimal places, so that's why you are getting a 10 only. So it is 25 ones are 25, 25 twos are 50. So that is of 20 you are getting after calculation. But what is the unit? Whenever you are finding out the unit, remember 50 meter you are covering in 2.5 minutes. So distance by of time. So it is 20 meter per minute. It is the answer.